I don't wanna be a manic pixie dream girl. I'm a free spirit, that means free from you.
There is a fine art to being bipolar. It's not simply a matter of temperature where it can go from 70 degrees to 30 degrees and we call it bipolar. It's not a matter of your girl 1 minute all over you, kissing you, telling you how much she loves you, and the next minute she's pissed because you like that one girl's photo on Instagram of her eating White Castle, and eating White Castle is your thing, and how dare she ruin something that is so sacred? It's a matter of, am I going to be the first female president of the United States, or am I going to use another day of PTO because I cannot get out of bed? It's, am I going to finish all 5 papers for the semester in one day? Or am I skipping all 3 meals today because I don't have an appetite? Being diagnosed with bipolar disorder for 5 years, I have learned how to manage it, and feed it, and dress it, and clean it, and burp it. Being bipolar means you have manic episodes and depressive episodes that affect your daily life. In my manic episodes, I choose to make huge decisions in a very small amount of time. This can lead to great opportunities or really stupid learning experiences. Manic Pixie Dream Girl. The only auditioned role she ever nailed. Or ever nailed her to a cross of her own devising. Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She is the knight in shining armor, disguised as a damsel in this dress, wandering through the blasted landscape, the post-coital nightmare of after-college horror. Wandering through Elizabethtown, the Garden State, wandering for 500 days of summer. There is no eternal sunshine. She has no spotless mind. Looking for her knight in rusted armor. Her dude in distress. Some poor, helpless guy destroyed by love, life, student loans, but still living in a cool loft in a cool part of town with a cool, cruel look on his unshaven face. One of the most annoying misconceptions is that people think you go from happy to sad in a super quick amount of time. You're happy, then sad, then angry, then laughing. And those fluctuation of moods are the definitive characteristics to normal people. Bipolar does not have to do with mood swings. It is how your brain is hardwired that day. And they call inanimate objects bipolar. The weather, the refrigerator, the dog down the street, your hair that day. That is the one thing that drives me nuts. Just because your hair is really frickin' frizzy today, and yesterday it was all shiny and smooth, does not mean it's bipolar. It's the stupid humidity, you twit. Get some frickin' hairspray.
Do you get a little kick out of being small-minded? You want to be like your father, it's approval you're after.
Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She is the knight in shining armor, disguised as a damsel in distress, wandering through the blasted landscape, the post-coital nightmare of after-college horror. Looking for her knight in rusted armor, her dude in distress, destroyed by love, life, student loans. Help me! Help me! He cries, so pitiful and sad in a man bun, plaid shirt, and beat-up Doc Martens. And so she springs into action, Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Look, she says, a wounded male. Oh, poor thing. He fell out of his nest too early. Or got pushed out. Oh, he's hopping, wing broken, weeping, cheeping, peeping on the front sidewalk. Can I take him home, Mama? Can I put him in his shoebox? Can I feed him with an eyedropper? Can I save him so he can save me?
I'm looking around the room. Is one of those strangers you? And do you notice me too?
Has being bipolar affected my relationships? Dear Lord, yes. It's more like I really have to hide it because I don't want the person to know that right now. I seem like some really cute, quirky girl with the mouth of a sailor, and I can carry on a legitimate conversation and not have a Starbucks cup in my hand or some dire need for a $200 dinner at the 95th floor of whatever that place is. And another thing is when I'm talking to a guy and they don't text me for like 3 hours. I then pull myself into thinking we're done and this is the end of whatever relationship we had, and I go through this breakup phase in my mind and get really angry at them for not warning me sooner that the relationship was over. Then they text me back the next hour like nothing had happened. Jerk. I'm the perfect Manic Pixie Dream Girl with the hidden gem of having a mental illness. I have kept this to myself and haven't let anyone know this, but I am one crazy mother.
So, baby, ooh, I can see it. Ooh, I can see it. Ooh, I can see it coming down.
Here's the scene. Him had his heart broke. Had a high school sweetheart. She cheated. Had a grandfather he loved more than his dad. He passed. Was in college. Stopped going. Professors were jerks. Never went to class. Won't take a job that's beneath him. He's meant for something better than waiting tables. His mama didn't raise her boy to be no barista. He admits he has icicles in his soul, but he says he's waiting for someone nice to warm him, to melt him. Enter Me, theme song by Lana Del Rey, Lorde, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande. Lucky that I am here, there's a drowning man. I swoop down and pull him out of his deep sea of troubles, carry him to the safe raft of my body, my witty jokes, my curling, bubbly laughter. We are a perfect match, I say. We will drink tea together in a crappy apartment that seems less crappy because we are in it together. Don't you think? I say. He says, "What, babe?" Looking up from his phone. I say, I want to fall asleep in your tattooed arms. He says, his face glowing blue, his brain slowed by Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. What, babe? And I say, nothing. And I mean it. Once upon a time, 18-year-old Harmony had posted on Facebook a status that read, I get waves of motivation. Sometimes I am so motivated, I will do everything all at once. And then other days, I just want to lie around in bed and think about nothing. This was 8 years ago. A little too deep to be posting super publicly on Facebook. Fast forward to 22, and all she wanted to do was have adventures. But there's a difference between adventures and bad choices. She was not like Indiana Jones over here, running away from rolling boulders. She was going out to bars at 1 a.m., and she was finding people at the bars she could sleep with. She was sleeping with 3, 4, 5 people in a week. She wanted some sort of Tinder lifestyle that was along the lines of a hipster Ophelia. And instead of committing suicide at the end of it, she ended up getting chlamydia for her birthday. And she also found out that she spread it to 3 people. She couldn't just have some chocolate cupcakes from Jewel and some bottle of cheap barefoot wine. She had to sit in a doctor's office while he took her blood. The end.
I don't really want to wake you. I just came to get my things, but the pretty little thing lying there beside you better take off my wedding ring. Hey, girl, do you really want to do this? You don't know I'm just stepping in. He's got more that came from me, not so special.
She woos these men, these wounded men, with her manic pixie ways, her witty jokes, her curling bubbly laughter. She takes them to hole-in-the-wall theaters where they serve you bourbon in manic pixie Dixie cups. She takes them to the alehouse, but she doesn't want them to buy her a pink martini which is meant to be held with perfectly manicured nails. And she won't wear her tight little black dress. It's not pixie enough. She will wear a plaid shirt like him, and jeans like him, and beat up Doc Martens like him. But she will still get up early on Saturday mornings like a pixie girl, and go to the farmer's market like a pixie girl, and get little pixie jars of raspberry jelly, blueberry jam, and pixelated pickled beets. A local honey made by local bees using local pollen from local flowers. She wants to be his local flower, his puzzled manic pixie stick. They sit on his balcony while the sun goes down. He's losing the loft soon. Defaulted, the loan sucked, lost his job, boss was a jerk, and then she left him. And left him with the mortgage, which he stopped paying. She's smoking her last cigarette, trying to make it last all night. And he drinks 3, 4, 5 fingers of whiskey. And he smokes 3, 4, 5 cigarettes. And the ashes blow onto her clothes. But she listens. And she listens so carefully, she forgets she exists. And her cigarette goes out. I ask him her name, and he says it too softly. And I say, "What?" And then he grits his teeth and he says, "Never mind, it's nothing." And I say, "What?" "Tell me." "I don't care." And he resumes talking and drinking and smoking, and he talks until dawn, and I have to go home. And I haven't even gotten to the front door when he texts me, "It was a great night talking to you. You are so easy to talk to. You are so much better than my ex-girlfriend." So here's what's up. I've come to a crossroads in my 3-year relationship, and all I can say is, don't let anyone mess with your happiness. Don't let them. I'm 26, and the person I have been dating, who I thought I was gonna marry and have kids and whatever else the maturing millennials do, has showed me his true colors. And I don't want this crap. I don't want the baby crap of colors. I don't want that one color that is clearly the last named color in the box. And what do I mean? I went too far in my life dating idiots. People who did too many drugs, people who yelled at me too much, people who were sad too much. Why do us girls make ourselves believe that these boys, yes, boys, are all the world has got for us? You get the last bit of fries in the back that are burned to a crisp because they have been under the heat lamp for hours? Because that's what we believe we deserve? We don't deserve the crispy fries. We deserve the scalding hot ones with the damn sea salt because sea salt is better than regular table salt. Apparently. So, what's the game plan? Break out the vibrator because it's the only thing that won't be too hard or too soft or too awkward or too wrong hole, or I said no! And he didn't listen to me when I said no. Like I said, the crappy colored crayon, the crispy fries, and the idiot who said I was so much better than his ex-girlfriend, who he wouldn't stop talking about.
Well, in the waiting room, I'm waiting for news of you. I hallucinated I could read your mind.
One night, after a long day of work, my friend met me for a drink at the train station. She told me, "I'm surprised you haven't moved out yet." I said, "Yeah, me too." The next day, I found myself looking at apartments in Oak Park, and within 3 hours, I had chosen my new abode for the next year. It had huge open windows and so much space. I didn't know what to do with it all. I barely had enough money to cover the down payment, but in my mind, that was enough. I was going to start a new life in that apartment. I didn't care if I had to sleep on the floor. It was mine. It was mine. It was mine.
I'm only young, can't you see? I made a mistake. Please just look me in my face. Tell me everything's okay.
I mixed CDs, posted TED Talks on his Facebook wall, composed handwritten letters, and opened him up to Wes Anderson films and swing dance lessons, sunrise cigarettes, and sunset wine glasses. I told him how much I love planet Earth, and he said to me, "Huh, I love it too, after I smoke a bowl." I put my body and my heart and my soul into everything, and I hoped, just hoped, that he would see. One night, I heard from his side of the bed a low, growling animal sound. A quiet, deep little snore. And I turned to look, and he is curled up like a little boy, with little boy hands and a little boy face. He doesn't have the face I thought he had. And I realize he is just a person, just another person sleeping alone in a bed. So I quietly stand up, and I quietly get dressed, and I quietly tiptoe out. And I am almost out when he suddenly turns over and asks in this sleepy, drugged voice, "Oh, what are you doing, babe?" "I have to go." "Why?" "I just realized something." "What?" "Someone I used to know just died." "Who?" "Manic Pixie Dream Girl." "Who?" "You know her. You just don't remember." "Oh, come back to bed, babe." "I can't. Go back to sleep." "But it's lonely in this bed." "It's always been lonely in that bed. You just never noticed it." He says nothing to this, so I wait. "I have to go." He says nothing. "Bye." And as I say this, I notice he is snoring. So I go home. And I really go home. And when I get home, I sit in a chair and look around my place. My place.
What I would do to take away this fear of being loved, allegiance to the pain.
Here lies the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. The girl who gave too much, who gave money and cigarettes and Kisses, kisses, oh, so many kisses. To boys who were not men yet. At 24, at 32, at 45. Here lies a manic pixie dream girl. What a liar. Lying there. Said she was happy when she was sad. Said she liked this when she liked that. Wore what she thought he wanted and not what she wanted. But that's over now. The pixie stick is empty. Adios, muchacha. Au revoir, chica. Goodbye. I am going now. I really am. I really am going to go. Just watch. Just watch me. Just watch me go.
Well, aren't we a little bit old now for this crazy game? Is it safe now? The winner's gone, but I think we could use a little memory to add to the database.